Hey, what's up guys, Wellen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the Hyundai Tucson 2017 Ultimate Limited Edition with the BFGoodrich KO2s. Now I know this is something very interesting and unique. Not a lot of mid-size SUVs have these kind of tires on their car, but it's something I want to do for a long time, and I got it done, and I'm really happy how they look and turned out. So let's take a look at them up close. And man, I love that sidewall. So, it's a little windy right here, but basically I used to have these stock 19s, which were 245, 45 19s. And these, the new ones, are 235, 70 16s. So a lot more sidewall, as you can see, and very aggressive looking, which I like a lot. These rims on it are actually well, they're Sport Edition F7s. I got them from Tire Rack, and they look pretty nice. I like the black rims. It meshes nicely with the tires. They have a positive 40 offset, so they do stick out a little bit more compared to stock, which is around 53 or 54. So if I had to say, it's about a quarter of an inch. Not the greatest or biggest, but good enough for me. And plus with that sidewall, man, they look nice. Very aggressive. I love how it looks. Now the old diameter of the old stock tires are 28 inches. Now these are 29. So actually when you put them onto the car, they actually are about a whole half an inch, actually 0.6 inches higher up. So I do get a little bit of a lift on ground clearance compared to it being stock. Not the greatest. It's basically like a little more than half an inch, but I'll take it. It's better than nothing. And it is pretty noticeable, actually. I've seen this car part to a stock Tucson, and then it was obviously noticeably higher up, taller than it. Also, my sister has an X5. Her car was a little bit taller. Now they're about the same height now. So, you know, half an inch isn't the greatest, but it is noticeable. Just going back up close to it. See the detail, see the sidewall. You see it is snow rated right there. And yeah, these look fantastic. I love how they look. Make the car look a lot more aggressive. If you guys have a mid-size SUV, either it being a CR-V, CX-5, Forester, even RAV4, you could get these kind of tires. They make them in this size. Probably around the same size of anything. Alright, so we're going to take a little drive right now, but if you guys are not familiar with this car, this is the 2017 Hyundai Tucson. It's actually the highest trim you could get. It's the Ultimate Limited Edition, so all the features, safety features, leather. Got a panty roof, but it's not open right now. And yeah, I still have the wrapping around it. I never took it off. I don't know why. But yeah, I like it. You know, it's a dual clutch, so it has its pros and cons to that, but I like it still. Aggressive. And yeah. Alright, start the car up. So there's a couple of things to talk about with these tires. They're nice. I'm not gonna lie, there are some cons to it, of course. We'll go into that in some detail overall. But overall, I have to say my overall impressions with the tires are I like them a lot. They look fantastic. I will be the first to admit that in getting these tires, 60% of it is a reason because they look fantastic. They're aggressive, they look awesome. Very unique look to it, especially with this car. You know, you're always used to seeing these kind of tires with like Jeeps or SUVs, pickup trucks, you know, bigger. You don't really see it in a mid-size SUV, but I think that's the reason why I wanted to get it, because it's so unique looking. And I applaud anyone else who has, like I said, a smaller SUV like a CR-V, CX-5, RAV4. Go for it, you know, it looks nice. But there are a couple of things to talk about. First off, road noise. I'll get into that right now, because when I was watching a lot of reviews on these tires, everyone kept saying they're so quiet, they're awesome. So when I first got them on, I was surprised that I could hear a lot of road noise, especially like you literally hear the threads of the tires rolling on the ground. And I don't know if it's because my car is a lot lighter compared to those reviews I was watching. They had pickup trucks or bigger cars, so maybe the weight is compounding down on the tires, so it won't be as loud. But there is some road noise, or it's because they're so used to a specific tire of that size that maybe these are quiet compared to what they used to have, like mud tires. I don't know what it is, but there is road noise. I have to say I do like it though. I don't mind it. You know, it's a nice sound. It's a hard sound to kind of describe. There's only a couple of ways I could describe it. It's like, let's say you ever watch The Dark Knight with Batman, Christian Bale, when he drives a tumbler and you hear those tires, you know, like, or screeching. It sounds kind of like that. It also reminds me, like, it makes the car sound more of a off-road sounding car, if that makes sense. It's a good feel. It's a good sound. I actually like it. I know some people might not like it. It might be too loud. If you're used to a quiet car, you might not like it. But I like it because you definitely hear it, and it makes you feel like you really are driving an off-road vehicle now, almost like a rover, like a space rover. I don't know. It's the best way I could describe it. It's a good feeling though. I like I said, it's definitely a unique taste, but I don't mind it. All right. So as we're driving now. Yeah, and that's another thing I love about these tires. The overall sense of safety, you know, knowing that these tires are a lot more suited for off-road, not only off-road, but weather, like snow and stuff like that. You feel a lot more secure, and that's a good feeling to have, honestly, you know, because my other tires, I like them. They're good. I didn't have that much trouble with them for almost 2 winters, but I have to admit the last winter we just had before, which we're having right now, me and my wife, we skidded out one time. Scared the living crap out of me. And it's a scary feeling because you had no control, you know, and I had my wife in the car. I hated that feeling. So after that instance, I decided, you know what, I need to get better tires for the winter. So I went to do my research, and I did my research for a long time, almost 3 months worth. And I always wanted to get new tires, but I always kept pushing it back. I'm like, I don't know anything about tires. You know, it's kind of scary doing research on something new for your car, which you don't know anything about. You know, you really have to do your research. You have to examine all these different options. So take your time, do all the research you can. That's all that matters. But going back to it, I finally got these. I'm so much happier because now I have this, like I said, sense of security, sense of safety, assurance that, you know, these tires, which are not invincible, they're not going to be the best, but they're going to be better compared to my other ones. So that's always a good feeling to have. And as I drive right now, I do admit that they do feel, you know, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if these are going to be firmer, softer, rougher on the road compared to my last ones. Because my last ones were pretty thin, you know, low profile tires, so they're pretty firm. And these are on 16-inch rims, so they're a lot thicker, so I didn't know what to expect. But overall, I have to say, they're pretty firm. They're actually almost as firm as my other ones, and I was surprised by that. But what I do notice is when I go over bumps or go over little tiny cracks or potholes, it soaks it up a lot better. So that's a good feeling to have and something to notice right there. Now when it comes to grip and handling, I do admit I feel like it's a little bit, it makes my steering wheel a little bit more stiffer because I guess it's the threads gripping onto the road, if that makes sense. I don't know, I feel it. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but it is something to notice. You know, when I cruise down the road, you know, you do hear the tires. I don't know if they're picking up on the camera. Like, you do hear the sound of them. Like I said before, I do like the sound myself because it makes the car feel and sound more like an off-road car, like some kind of rover. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. You know, I like the tires. They do have some noise, which might surprise some people if you're not used to it, so be aware of that. But you cannot discount and deny the sense of security and assurance that you have driving with these during the winter. And I was wondering if I was going to take these off when summer comes. I might leave it on because they look fantastic. I get a lot of comments on them. A lot of people always ask me questions about them. I see people looking at them on the streets. You know, it's a good feeling. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, please comment below. I will, if I missed anything, I'll be more than glad to write them in the comments if you have any questions. And so that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Like the video, get a thumbs up. Peace.